Hello everybody. In the previous episode, what we learned were some words that we can use to interact when we are buying clothes in a shop. We made mention of a measure word. What is a measure word? So we are going to go a little more into details of what a measure word is in this episode. There are many different measure words that Chinese use. Like we explained that a measure word is a word that is used to classify the type of objects that are being discussed. In English, we'd say a piece of paper, a loaf of bread, a cup of tea. These are what we call measure words. So, what measure words do we use when we're referring to clothing in Chinese? We have many measure words. We would have a lesson that would explain all measure words in Chinese. However, in this episode, we are going to talk about the measure words that are used for clothing. The first word is jian. Jian, which means a piece of clothing or an article of clothing. For example, sweater, jacket, sweater, jacket, any item of clothing, you can use jian. Jian. Tiao. Tiao is used to refer to anything that is a long, narrow piece. For example, trousers, ribbon, and not only clothes. Anything that's a long, narrow piece like a river, you can use tiao. Use tiao to classify it. A scarf, so a long, narrow piece. Once it's a long, narrow piece, we use tiao. Now the next measure word is tao. Tao, which means set. A set. So a set of something. For example, a set of underwear or a suit. A suit comes together with a trouser, a jacket, maybe a waistcoat, because they come together in a set. So we use tao to classify it, because tao means what? Set. Set. And next measure word, shuang. Shuang, what it basically means is a pair. A pair. So it's used for clothing pieces that naturally come in pairs. Clothing pieces that come in pairs, we use shuang. For example, shoes, socks, and so on. And next measure word is je. Je. This is used when you are referring to one of a pair. One of a pair. A clothing item comes in a pair, right? And then you want to refer to just one of that pair. You use je. So for example, socks, right? They come in a pair. So if you want to say a sock, use je. 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 Once again, anything that comes in pairs and you want to refer to just one of it, you use je. Now we're going to learn how to use these measure words in the next episode. Don't worry about understanding, because once we start using them, it will be very easy for you to understand. Our next measure word is ding. Ding. This is used for objects with protruding tops. Protruding tops, for example, hats. Hats. Mei. Mei is used for jewelry. Jewelry, for example, necklaces, bracelets, and so on. Mei. Our next measure word is dui. Dui. This is used for a pair of a certain item. A pair of a certain item. Now, dui and shuang, what's the difference between dui and shuang? Now, shuang is for things that come in pairs naturally. Naturally. But dui is if you are referring to a pair of a particular item, of any item at all. Maybe you want a pair of something that doesn't naturally come in pairs. You use dui. Dui. I hope you get that. That's really, really simple. Now these are the measure words that are used to classify clothing. You can also review the lesson on our YouTube channel Anetu-TVGH or on our website anetu-tvgh.com. This is Chinese for Business People. My name is Nana Kwame Jemfi. Have a wonderful day.